Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. The Slaves to Darkness prepare to claim the mortal realms. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for daily reactions, reviews, and news for painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Horus Heresy, pretty much any of the Games Workshop games. Next week is a busy time for pre-orders, with the Slaves to Darkness box set, releases for the Ogor Mawtribes, new miniatures for Necromunda, and more. Here are the highlights. So we're going to skip the highlights and just take a look at everything. Alright, so here we see the new Slaves to Darkness army box in all of its glory. So we have previously seen a preview of this. Now take a look at everything that comes inside. The Slaves to Darkness rise again, ready to stain the mortal realms red with the blood of any who would oppose them. Their army set includes 14 new miniatures, a demon prince, 10 chaos chosen, and 3 ogroid theridons. Alright, so here we can see all of the models, lots of variances. The box set also includes a special launch edition version of the new Slaves to Darkness Battletome, which features the background of the followers of the Dark Gods from the end of the world that was through the era of the Beast. There are rules for fielding your miniatures in battle and new Path of Glory rules. There are also Warscroll cards, which will only be available in this set for the foreseeable future, plus 28 enhancement cards and 34 tokens to keep track of rules and special abilities. So very cool overall. So here we see all the models in here. Let's take a look at the full picture and just kind of get an idea as to what kind of value we are looking at here. So now none of these models are actually out yet, so we do have to just kind of guess on the prices. We know the current chosen are sold in 5s and they're $60 a piece, so 10 of them is $120. We know the Demon Prince probably going to be like 60 or 70 bucks, so maybe 180 there. Probably 70 for the 3 theridons, so that's about 250. Another 50 for the Battletome, that is 300. And then obviously the Warscroll cards as well, that's about 330. And then we have these ability cards, and they mentioned some tokens in here. Pretty meaty set overall. So if we just kind of guess on the low end and we say it's going to be 120 for the Chosen, 60 for the Demon Prince, 60 for the Theridons, we're talking about 240 right there. And then we have another 55 for the Battletome. So we're looking at about roughly $325 in value here. And if Games Workshop sells this at that $200 price point, and it's roughly $300 in value, it's about a 30 to 40% discount depending on pricing. Now obviously the Demon Prince could easily be priced at 70, the Ogroids could easily be priced at 70, etc. So that's just my guess, but it appears to be a roughly like 40% discount over retail. And then obviously the Slaves to Darkness Battle Scroll cards, they had said, will only be available in this set for the foreseeable future. So if those are a big selling point for you, obviously you're going to want to pick this up. What do I think? I think it's nice. All the models look good. It appears to be a good value. Definitely can get behind this one. So I know people got to be excited for this. That new Demon Prince is pretty awesome too. So next we have the Battletome Ogor Mawtribes. So we know there's going to be 2 different Battletomes here. One at 55, the other at 90 for the special edition. Each away through the mortal realms with the monstrous Ogor Mawtribes. Their new Battletome is packed with detailed lore and background on the history and the rules you need to field them in games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It also includes the new Path to Glory rules that see your army grow and develop as they head out on the Maw path. Battletome Ogor Mawtribes is available in hardback or limited edition format with the soft touch cover, gold gilt page edges, and red ribbon bookmark. Make sure they're the first in the queue for the buffet if you want them limited edition, as there are only 500 copies available worldwide. So only 500 of the limited edition Mawtribes book. So Vanguard Ogor Mawtribes is next. So in this set we see 2 of the riders, 1 of the cannons, and then a bunch of various ogres, including the Tyrant, which is a phenomenal model. So start your new Ogor Mawtribes army or add an existing one with the packed box set. It's overflowing with a mighty leader in the form of the Tyrant, plus 6 Ogor Gluttons, core infantry of the Ogors, and 2 fast-moving Mournfangs. There's also some lethal firepower in the form of 4 lead belchers and an iron blaster, which can alternatively be built as a Noblar scrap launcher. Alright, so just looking at the price list here. So we know this is going to come in at $130. The Ogor Mawtribes Tyrant is $35. The 6 Gluttons are $55. So that is $90. And then 2 Mournfangs is half of the pack. So that would technically be $35. So we're at 125. And then we also have the lead belchers and iron blasters. So the lead belchers are 42 and the iron blaster is 38. So it looks like we're getting $205 total in Ogors in this set at retail and $130 price tag, which gives us a roughly around 35 to 40% savings, right in line with what we'd expect. And this appears to be a pretty nice starting point for any Ogre army. And it does include, in my opinion, the best Ogre model to date. We also have the new Bloodpelt Hunter coming out as well. Pretty cool looking model over here. Ensure you have plenty of meat for the pot by hunting the largest creatures and strongest prey in the mortal realms with the Bloodpelt Hunter. Surprisingly nimble and stealthy for an Ogre, you can sneak into position and take out the quarry with your Skull Shatter crossbow, Impaling Spear, or Hacker Axe and Meat Blades. Looks like Dragon is back on the menu. And then we see some Man-Eaters as well. Don't worry, it's just a name. Actually, man-eaters will eat anybody. There's a mighty ogres or mercenaries who have traveled the mortal realms and mastered a variety of fighting styles. Add these 3 classic miniatures to your army and make them battle line with an ex-mercenary command trait. So these are some old models coming back. Nice looking models. And then, of course, we have the Ogor Mawtribes Warscroll cards and tokens. 28 cards help you track the rules of your Ogre Mawtribes units in the heat of battle. There are also 34 tokens for your battle tactics, special rules, and abilities. And then we have the Ogre Mawtribes dice. So obviously Games Workshop going above and beyond with these dice. I don't think it's possible that any company on planet Earth could manufacture something so beautiful, so complex, and for such a reasonable price. I mean, these are absolutely amazing. The combination of the white dice plus the black pips, and then of course the special symbol on the 6. These are absolutely phenomenal. A true piece of art. Honor the Gulping God with this set of Ogre Mawtribes dice. This 26-sided dice are themed around the hungriest faction and feature the symbol of the maw on the 6. I imagine these will be sold out instantly, as everybody will just, go nuts to try to get some white dice with black pips. Especially with this custom 6. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure for $38, a steal for 20 of those. Obviously a little sarcasm in my voice there. So next on to the Vanguard Sylvaneth. So here we see a very limited Sylvaneth Vanguard. Grow a new army or spring forth reinforcements for an existing one with the new Sylvaneth Vanguard. This box includes a Branch Witch, a skilled magic user backed up by 3 deadly Kurnoth Hunters. Anything that survives that magic combat 1-2 will be finished off by 5 Tree Revenants, which can alternatively be assembled as Spite Revenants. Rounding out the force is a Tree Lord, who can also be assembled as Tree Lord Ancient or Spirit of Durthru. So 10 models in this set. Feels pretty light, honestly. Feels really light. 10 models for $130. Now, they are obviously big models, but that is not that many models. So I wouldn't want to start an army with 10 models, honestly. Especially these are not like ridiculously strong, powerful, or resilient. Obviously the tree is a beast. These guys are pretty nice as well, the Kurnoths, and have various ways you can build all of these models. Branch Witch is pretty good, obviously, and then the Revenants as well. But the model count just not great on this set. And if we total it all up, it's 60 for these bad boys, 50 for these 5, 70 for this, and then 35 for the Branch Witch. So it comes out to about 215 total. So if we take 130 retail for the Vanguard box set and divided by that 215, we get roughly a 40% discount. So while the model count is not great, and this might not be the best starting place for new players, also does not include any of the new models that were released, you do get a decent value in here at about 40% savings. So you got to kind of play that one on your own. You're going to need some chaff, obviously, as this is a pretty low model count, but overall each of the models pretty awesome. So and then we have the Sons of Bahemat Warscroll cards. So these are making it. We were wondering what was happening with these. They're on the rampage, and you can now keep track of your rules and abilities with these Warscroll cards. The pack contains 12 reference cards for the Warscrolls in the Battletome Sons of Bahemat, as well as tokens so you can keep track of the command points, battle tactics, and more. So this is an interesting one. We know obviously they put out these cards for every faction, and they typically run, I want to say it's like $35 or $38. With this, you get the tokens and 12 cards. With most of the other ones, you get like 20 or 30 cards, one for each of the Warscrolls. So I'm curious, are these still going to be priced the same and you just get 12 cards instead of like 30? Or will they actually give a discount? You guys probably already know the answer. I'm sure it'll be priced regular. So next we have Warhammer Horus Heresy, the Liber Imperium, Forces of the Emperor Army Book. So this is for the rest of your Imperium to fight in Horus Heresy. While the legions of Sardes are undoubtedly at the forefront of the Horus Heresy, the colossal Imperial army still fights and dies in the millions in STEM Horus Advance. Liber Imperium contains rules for fielding armies of elite Solar Auxilla, as well as the Sisters of Silence, Legio Custodes, and 7 deadly clades of the Officio Assassinorum. So this book is available in both physical hard copy and digital editions. So obviously, I'm sure people are super excited for this. Legio Custodes or Adeptus Custodes, one of the most popular armies in Horus Heresy. So I imagine people are pretty excited for this. And now here we see the 3 assassins, the new assassins that came out. So this is the Dad Bod assassin. Obviously gets his name from the phenomenal Dad Bod that he is rocking. Not a big fan of this model, honestly. Next we have the Venus Infocyte assassin. This one is pretty cool overall. And then we see the Clade Adamus assassin. This one is super basic and looks like it was stolen straight out of G.I. Joe. It's sort of like a combination too between a Vindicator and a Eversur. Sort of. Not a big fan of these. The second one's pretty cool. And then we have the Solar Auxilla tank crew. So here we have some upgrades, obviously, to upgrade your tanks into Solar Auxilla tanks. Pretty cool overall, honestly. Pretty cool. And then we have the Solar Auxilla Surgeon, Primus, Avos, Jovan, and Medicae Orderlies. So pretty interesting. Obviously, we have like a little amputation victim right here on like a little wheelchair, off-road wheelchair. These are pretty cool models overall, sort of like gruesome. I'm sure people are excited for these. These are all going to be Forgeworld, obviously. Solar Auxilla Rapier batteries. Pretty nice to see them expanding the Solar Auxilla range. I'd much rather see it in plastic, but then we see the Iron Hands upgrades. So pretty neat there. Man, the resin just looks terrible. Maybe it's the paint jobs, but the quality of these just look horrendous. And then we see all the different upgrades, shoulder pad wise. And then we see some Night Lord chests as well. These are pretty awesome. They look good for sure. And then, of course, some more shoulder pads. And then for Necromunda, we have the Goliath Vehicle Gang cards. And then we have the Promethium tanks / refueling station. So from what I've read, it looks like the Promethium tanks will come in sets of 2. So 4 total tanks, everything we see here pictured. And that will be one kit that's available with a bunch of little gubbins. And then also there will be a kit for the Promethium tanks on the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler, which will be just 2 of the tanks, but also will include the trailer as well. So it ain't easy to fuel up on your buggies and bikes when you're out in the ash waste. The Promethium tank's refueling station makes a great objective for any scenario. The tanks themselves can be assembled in numerous configurations to give containers of different heights, and in-game you can use them to refuel your scarce weapons. And then if you prefer your Promethium tanks to be more portable, you'll also be able to get them on a trailer, which is fully compatible with the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler. It's a great alternative to the existing Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler trailer and can be used in numerous ashwaste scenarios where you defend the convoy or attack it with your Dustback Helamites. And then next we have the Goliath Ash Waste upgrades. So some pretty cool like helmets and masks here. A bunch of little accessories. I do like these backpacks. These are pretty awesome. Obviously, you would need to carry a little extra gear if you were headed out to the ash waste. Pretty cool overall. Again, those upgrades likely pretty much guaranteed to be Forgeworld. So, and then Black Library, we have Shadow Sun, the Patient Hunter. Very, very cool art right there. Only War, stories from the 41st Millennium. Conquest Unbound, stories from the Mortal Realms. Kragnos, Avatar of Destruction. I mean, they're not kidding around with the Black Library stuff. The Emperor's Finest. And then, of course, we see some digital stuff as well. Dark Imperium, Omnibus in German. And then we have Marvel Warhammer 40,000 Sisters of Battle. So this is the Sisters of Battle comic books or graphic novels. It seems like a simple mission for a squad of Adeptus Sororitas. Pick up a missing Inquisitor Acolyte. An unknown threat in the subterranean city soon makes this mission a lot harder. Can Canoness Viridian and her squad cleanse their enemies with fire and holy bolter? Find out in this action-packed graphic novel that brings together issues 1 through 5 of Marvel's Sisters of Battle comics. So issues 1 through 5 all put together here in a hardback. So pretty cool. Awesome cover art. I'm sure the story is pretty cool as well. And then we see some armies on parade, all that good stuff. Warhammer this week. So lots coming out here. Obviously, we have 2 new Vanguard boxes. One for the Sylvaneth with around 40% savings. And then also some accessories for the Ogors, the Giants, and theoretically some Sylvaneth stuff as well. New model for the Ogors, and then of course their new Vanguard box as well. Again, around 38-40% savings roughly, so a nice deal there. And then of course the book is a big deal as well. And then we have the Slaves to Darkness box set. So we broke that down, and again, assuming a $200 price point and assuming rough prices on all these guys, again looks like around a 33 to 40% savings, and it looks like that's going to be early access to the book and then also exclusive access to the cards, at least for now. So very nice looking models, very nice releases here. Let me know what you think down below. Always like to hear back from you guys. What are you most excited for? What are you going to be picking up? And what do you think some of the prices are going to be on this stuff? Obviously, we have the official prices out tomorrow or Tuesday. If you did enjoy today's video, reactions, reviews, and news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, make sure to like and subscribe for daily videos for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course Horus Heresy as well. That's it for today, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.